The Alien Academy was legendary across the galaxy. Its halls were the proving ground of the most elite species. Every cadet who entered knew the rules. Discipline was absolute, and failure meant permanent expulsion or something far worse. The training chambers glowed with energy barriers, holographic targets, and simulation drones that could incapacitate a recruit in seconds. It was here that Lyra Kane, a human girl from a Deathworld, made her entrance. Lyra's planet had been a brutal wasteland where only the strongest survived. She had lived among predators, poisonous storms, and deadly terrain, mastering every survival skill imaginable. She was tall for a human, with eyes sharp enough to track multiple targets at once. Her armor, a patchwork of reinforced alloy and adaptive camouflage, reflected the harsh lighting of the academy. Every alien cadet who glanced at her knew instinctively, this human was unlike any they had ever seen. The instructor, a massive Zirac veteran with 4 eyes and retractable claws, towered over the recruits. He barked orders with a voice that could shatter walls. Form ranks. Execute the drill with precision, or face annihilation. His eyes scanned the room, stopping at Lyra. A slight smirk formed on his face. A human. This one will break under pressure. Lyra, however, did nothing. Her calm posture and slight smile unnerved everyone. When the first obstacle, an energy grid with moving lasers, was activated, the cadets moved with robotic precision, dodging carefully. Lyra moved differently. She flowed. Each step was instinctive, calculated by survival experience honed on a planet designed to kill her. She dodged lasers in ways no simulation predicted, flipping over energy barriers and sliding under deadly spinning blades with fluid motion. Every move seemed effortless, and with each dodge, a soft chuckle escaped her lips. The Zirac instructor froze. Laughter in this hall was forbidden, especially at his command. "What is this insolence?" he bellowed, his voice shaking the chamber. But Lyra didn't stop. She laughed again, melodic and sharp, echoing off the walls. It wasn't mockery. It was defiance, confidence, and proof of skill. Cadets whispered in awe. She wasn't afraid. She was proving a truth no one else understood. On her world, laughter had been a weapon against despair. When the next challenge arrived, a squad of autonomous combat drones, the Zirac expected to intervene, but Lyra anticipated their movements before they fired. She disarmed one drone with a well-placed energy pulse, redirected another into the wall, and with her last move, activated a microdrone swarm she had brought hidden in her armor. In moments, every drone in the simulation was neutralized. The instructor growled in frustration. "Impossible. She's just a human." But the hall had already shifted. Cadets no longer focused on the drills. They were watching, captivated. Lyra moved toward the center of the chamber and planted her boots firmly. Every energy weapon, every laser trap, every deadly obstacle, she had conquered them all, laughing softly. Her presence dominated the room. Fear, respect, and astonishment rippled through the cadets and even some instructors. "Survival," she said, addressing the hall, her voice carrying confidence and steel, "isn't about obedience. It's about strength, wit, and the courage to laugh where others only see death." For the first time, the Zirac instructor lowered his claws. He had trained thousands, but none had ever faced someone like Lyra Kane. The human Deathworld girl had proven one immutable truth. She was unstoppable, and no academy, no alien, and no rule could contain her. The cadets looked at her, realizing a new standard had been set. This human wasn't just a student. She was a force that redefined power, resilience, and defiance in a galaxy that had never truly known humans. Lyra's laughter echoed once more, light yet commanding. The hall, filled with tension, transformed into a theater of awe. And somewhere deep in the Oxford hierarchy, whispers began. Perhaps humans were not to be underestimated. The aftermath of Lyra Kane's first demonstration at the Alien Academy sent ripples across the entire training complex. Cadets whispered in corners, their multi-eyed glances following every step she took. Instructors, who had never encountered a human with such precision and confidence, were forced to rethink their expectations. Even the Zirac veteran who had presided over centuries of cadet training now regarded her with a mixture of disbelief and grudging respect. Today's challenge was different. It was a simulated combat scenario, one designed to push cadets to their absolute limits. Entire sections of the academy were transformed into a labyrinth of lethal traps, shifting walls, energy turrets, pressure plates, and holographic predators capable of predicting human behavior with uncanny accuracy. The goal was simple: survive, adapt, and neutralize the opposing AI-controlled forces. Yet everyone knew the truth. No human had ever completed this course unscathed. Lyra walked into the arena with a calm stride, her adaptive armor adjusting to the ambient light and activating energy shields in anticipation. The cadets flanked her, both impressed and intimidated, as the doors sealed shut behind them. Immediately, the labyrinth came alive. Panels shifted, turrets rotated, and simulated creatures lunged from hidden alcoves. Without hesitation, Lyra analyzed the field. Her Deathworld training kicked in. Patterns, weaknesses, and the faintest vibrations in the air guided her movements. With a flick of her wrist, she deployed microdrones that zipped ahead, disabling traps and creating safe paths for her and the cadets. Unlike the others, Lyra didn't fear the holographic predators. She treated them as calculations to be solved, dodging and countering with almost effortless grace. A sudden trap, a plasma surge wall, activated, threatening to engulf the entire team. Cadets froze, unsure of what to do. Lyra leapt, her armor thrumming with energy, twisting midair to redirect the wall with a precise energy pulse. The plasma dissipated harmlessly, leaving her standing, arms raised slightly as if to mock the danger. A quiet, victorious laugh escaped her lips. The AI simulation escalated further. Multiple threats converged simultaneously: collapsing ceilings, robotic drones, and energy mines. Where other cadets would panic, Lyra adapted. She moved fluidly, coordinating with her microdrones, predicting enemy patterns, and neutralizing each threat systematically. Every movement was a blend of instinct, strategy, and raw Deathworld-honed survival skill. As the final wave of holographic enemies approached, the Zirac instructors observed in stunned silence. Every human before had relied on fear, brute force, or adherence to protocol. Lyra relied on none of these. Her confidence and audacity unsettled even the most experienced cadets. Finally, she reached the core chamber, where a massive AI flagship projection hovered. The room's energy shields crackled in anticipation of the final confrontation. Lyra stepped forward, deployed her drones, and with a precise series of pulses, disabled the flagship's energy core simulation. The AI collapsed in a cascade of sparks and holographic smoke. For a moment, silence reigned. Then the entire hall erupted, not with applause, but with stunned amazement. Every cadet and instructor realized a profound truth: humans were not merely fragile, inferior species. They were intelligent, resilient, and unshakably daring. Lyra turned, her piercing gaze sweeping the hall, a slight smirk curling her lips. "This is what survival teaches," she said softly, almost to herself. "Strength isn't given, it's forged." And in that moment, a new legend began at the academy. The human girl from a Deathworld, whose laughter had shattered expectations and whose skills had rewritten the rules of power. Today, she faced her most difficult trial yet: a simulated multi-layered alien war zone designed to test not only reflexes but strategy, leadership, and adaptability. The doors of the arena sealed behind her. The environment was a chaotic mesh of floating platforms, energy barriers, and shifting gravity zones. Autonomous combat drones, holographic warships, and environmental hazards emerged simultaneously from every direction. Most cadets would be paralyzed with indecision. Lyra approached with calm precision. Her adaptive armor hummed as sensors mapped every potential threat. With a flick of her wrist, dozens of microdrones deployed, scouting ahead, disarming traps, and relaying critical data. Every step she took was deliberate. She used the environment against the AI, launching debris drones, reflecting energy blasts with her armor, and predicting the behavior of every holographic enemy in real time. Cadets attempted to follow her lead, but it was clear they were struggling to match her speed and intuition. Even the alien instructors whispered among themselves, astonished at the human's mastery. Lyra's laugh, quiet but confident, echoed through the arena as she avoided a collapsing platform and simultaneously incapacitated 3 drones with a single well-aimed pulse. Then, the final phase commenced. The simulated alien warship fleet emerged in holographic form above the battlefield. The challenge was to neutralize that command call without being overwhelmed. Most cadets froze, Lyra accelerated. Using her microdrones as both shields and weapons, she advanced through the swarm, dodging energy barrages, disabling drone escorts, and hacking into the warship systems. Every move was calculated, precise, and deadly efficient. The Academy was still buzzing from Lyra Kane's previous victories. Rumors of the human Deathworld girl who laughed in the face of danger had spread throughout the halls, and even the most seasoned instructors could no longer ignore her presence. Today, she faced her most difficult trial yet, a simulated multiled alien war zone designed to test not only reflexes but strategy, leadership, and adaptability. The doors of the arena sealed behind her. The environment was a chaotic mesh of floating platforms, energy barriers, and shifting gravity zones. Autonomous combat drones, holographic warships, and environmental hazards emerged simultaneously from every direction. Most cadets would be paralyzed with indecision. Lyra approached with calm precision. Her adaptive armor hummed as sensors mapped every potential threat. With a flick of her wrist, dozens of microdrones deployed, scouting ahead, disarming traps, and relaying critical data. Every step she took was deliberate. She used the environment against the AI, launching debris at drones, reflecting energy blasts with her armor, and predicting the behavior of every holographic enemy in real time. Cadets attempted to follow her lead, but it was clear they were struggling to match her speed and intuition. Even the alien instructors whispered among themselves, astonished at the human's mastery. Lyra's laugh, quiet but confident, echoed through the arena as she avoided a collapsing platform and simultaneously incapacitated 3 drones with a single well-aimed pulse. Then, the final phase commenced. The simulated alien warship fleet emerged in holographic form above the battlefield. The challenge was to neutralize their command core without being overwhelmed. Most cadets froze, Lyra accelerated. Using her microdrones as both shields and weapons, she advanced through the swarm, dodging energy barrages, disabling drone escorts, and hacking into the warship systems. Every move was calculated, precise, and deadly efficient. The lead instructor, a 4-eyed Zirac veteran, bellowed orders to his AI overseers, "Stop her. She is not human in capability." Yet every attempt to counter her failed. Lyra anticipated attacks before they happened, her Deathworld instincts giving her a near supernatural awareness of the battlefield. Finally, she reached the holographic flagship's core. With a swift sequence of commands, she overloaded its energy system, triggering a chain reaction across the simulated fleet. Explosions cascaded in slow motion, filling the arena with brilliant light and smoke. The cadets and instructors watched in stunned silence. Lyra landed gracefully on a central platform, surveying the scene with a cold, calm confidence. Her laugh, soft, victorious, and unwavering, echoed once more. She turned to the assembled cadets and instructors. "This is what survival teaches," she said, her voice both calm and commanding. "Adaptability, courage, and the audacity to act when others hesitate. Strength isn't given, it's earned." From that day, her legend grew. Not just as a human, but as a force that could outthink, outmaneuver, and outlast any alien adversary. She had redefined the meaning of skill and resilience at the Academy. Even the instructors knew, silently and reluctantly. The Deathworld girl had become a standard against which every cadet would be measured, a living testament to the power of humanity.